Well, it's December 11th, and Linda was so kind to make breakfast, which I haven't had that in probably, it seems like maybe like a year. So thank you, Linda, so much. Appreciate it. What'd you make?
Nothing too fancy. Just eggs with cheese, turkey with spinach, a plum, piece of bread for you, and the community yogurt.
Oh, Julie Smith said something.
Huh?
It just came down right here, a message. With Linda's fans.
Oh.
Well, thank you,
Hi,
sweetie.
You're welcome. Good morning.
you so
Happy
much.
Saturday. And
Yeah,
you have your hot
Saturday,
tea.
we might go look for a waterfall.
Yeah, it's called a waterfall.
It's Airfield Waterfall. So Linda found it online, so. All right, well, welcome to the Please Subscribe show. We're gonna have breakfast and then we might go search out a waterfall called Airfield Waterfall.
I believe that's the name. I gotta look it up again. Okay.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
We'll probably look it up before we go. All right. So we did get at breakfast, but it was tough, right, sweetie? Because I started doing the dishes, then you wanted to take the trash out.
Yes.
But we did get,
Sweep the floor.
yeah, we had to microwave the breakfast how many times?
I don't know, 4 times?
I nuked mine, and then we finally did get it to breakfast. So I'm cutting in right here just to let you know. But breakfast was good. It was good. But we were like sweeping up afterwards, doing the dishes. We just didn't go right to the breakfast.
That makes me mad.
But we did have the breakfast. It was good eventually. I eventually said, stop what we're doing. We left the trash bag on the floor for a moment. We left the other trash empty. And I said, let's just have breakfast and get it out of the way. That's my suggestion. When you make breakfast, go right to it and just have it. Don't worry about all the other distractions, and then other things will happen. Right, sweetie?
Yes.
Okay. So now it says Naval Air Station Joint Reserve Base, Fort Worth. So I thought it was Carswell. We're headed to, called Airfield Park.
Airfield Park.
Never been there before. I'm guessing maybe F-15. It says VFA 201. I don't know what it says on the other side of it. It's Navy aircraft. I'm gonna guess American Eagle. This is a Fort Worth JRB. No, the park is supposed to be somewhere. You sure you have the address right?
Yeah.
Well, check it again.
There's a car coming. Don't be hazards. There's a car behind me.
Yeah, there's a bridge that goes over right here, so that's probably the park right there. There's probably a way to get in. There's an old wooden bridge there, and it leads to that aircraft. It looks kind of like an F-15. Oh yeah, here's parking right here. So you have parking on this side of it. Oh no, yeah, there's something over here too. Yeah, Airfield Falls Trailhead. So it's a trail right here. What's the address? 200 Pumphrey? 200 Pumphrey in Fort Worth?
No, it's Fort Worth area, but they call it West Worth Village.
West Worth Village.
Conway, Texas.
You know, they're from California.
Gee, what's new?
They're taking up our spot. No, I'm just joking. Looks like another Navy aircraft over that way. Part of it, at least.
I thought he was praying because he's doing exercise.
He's doing yoga.
Just where you park? On the gravel? What's that yellow thing? I don't think you're supposed to park here.
Really, where's the sign?
I don't know. I guess you could. What's that yellow thing, though? Do you have to pay? Is that a light? What is it?
I don't know. It's probably a light for nighttime, so you can see where the parking spot is. Yeah, you can park. All right.
You're gonna have a hard time getting in.
Did you have your mask? think it's there to show you where the parking spots are at night. Just a light that shows that this is a parking spot. Grab my jacket. Well, I have my Navy pea coat on. Old Navy. Grandfather was Navy. Father Army.
Let me get my water.
Oh, okay. So the sign says Trinity Trails. It's Tarrant Regional Water District, TRWD. And it's Airfield Falls Trailhead. Sponsors are Westworth Village. And this looks like an aircraft over here that we're about to see.
I want to know what these icons mean.
That's probably for jogging.
Oh, that's the waterfall.
That's for biking. That's for hiking. Fishing. And those are butterflies. That's the waterfall it leads to. That looks like maybe like frisbee golf. I'm just guessing.
Oh, man.
That's picnic table and then restrooms. Good question though, Linda.
Yeah, that one right there. Maybe you could throw a football. Frisbee. All right, let's check it out.
So the sign says Airfield Falls Conservation Park. Oh, cool. Hey, sweetie, you want to get a picture right here?
Yeah.
Those are wings. To a large Navy aircraft. So we're here at Airfield Falls, and these are the wings that when you walk in at the front part of the entrance, you'll see these huge wings, which are it's a Navy aircraft right here. So this is the Airfield Falls Trailhead and Conservation.
Hello, dogs. This way. Let's go.
To one of the most treasured places in Tarrant County. Take your time and enjoy exploring this unique, beautiful park. Park missions are protect the waterways and nature's beauty, conserve the history of this place, display sustainable landscaping practices, and provide a setting that honors the dedication and sacrifice of men and women in the United States Armed Forces. Here's something called Bioswell. Oh, here's a map. Yeah, that's where we are right here. We're right here.
We're right there. That's parking. We're right there.
And this is the aircraft here. They don't give a name on it. They do on D. Yeah, they do. So this is the jet art. Oh, it's artwork and aviation fixtures. Adds visual interest and demonstrates the use of repurposed materials. So each one has an area. This is the D right here. There's E over here, F, H, here's E. Let's see what E is. E is called the Habiturf, a mix of low-growing native grasses that use less resources compared to the traditional turf. So we're gonna cross that. And then eventually you run in to this right here, which is the Butterfly Walk and the Falls, which is number I. It's the native plant butterfly trail, provides habitat for native pollinators and requires less resource than conventional landscaping. This is what is this talking about? Water right here? Oh, it's talking about the Tarrant Regional Water District, established in 1924. So
So this is the Water Supply Innovations George W. Shannon Wetlands Water Reuse Project. TRWD and Texas Parks and Wildlife Department work together to meet the water needs of our growing population while providing viable wildlife habitat and public recreation. TRWD diverts water from Trinity River into the 2,200-acre wetland where it flows through a series of sedimentation ponds and wetland cells that naturally filter the water. The clean water is discharged into the Richland Chambers Reservoir, where it helps provide up to an additional 20% of water supply for our Tarrant customers. Community outreach and education programs help save water by encouraging people to use it efficiently. The district's water conservation efforts are helping save an average of 50 million gallons per day, slowing water demands from an increasing population. To learn how you can help conserve water, visit safetarrantwater.com.
Gonna go with the girls, okay? You look like a great baby. Yeah.
So it deals with water supply, environmental sustainability, flood protection, to reduce the risk of flooding in our communities, and recreation.
So, the drink is on its way right here, so I think we can all go over here.
This shows parts of the maps of Fort Worth, Eagle Mountain Lake, Lake Bridgeport, Springtown, and Dallas, Corsicana, Cedar Creek Reservoir, and Richland Chambers Reservoir. These are probably some of the major reservoirs that are in the area. So you've got Eagle Mountain, Lake Bridgeport, Cedar Creek Reservoir, and Richland Chambers Reservoir. There's like 4 major reservoirs. Okay, so this is where the trail, I mean not here, but in the Fort Worth area.
Yeah, this one's kind of interesting, but you don't have to breathe here.
What are you talking about?
I know.
Oh, the history?
Yeah, so Airfield was selected in
Oh,
1941.
okay, I see.
That's the
So it's a
new
C9 is what that is right there. It's a C9 transport. That's what it says right here. Framing plan. This is interesting. Bottom end of strut collar to be 5 feet 0 inches from point C and point D on 3-S402. Bottom end strut collar to be parallel with top end of the strut collar. Okay. I guess this is part of the artwork right here.
Yeah, that guy looks like Tom Hanks.
Which guy?
Just
Oh yeah, he
saying.
does. Yeah, he looks a
Maybe.
little like it when you. So base history is Tarrant Field was selected in 1941 for the production of B-24 Liberator bombers. In 1948, the site was renamed for the Medal of Honor recipient and Texas Major Horace S. Carswell Jr. So like that's where they got Carswell Air Force Base, who died while crash landing the B-24 Liberator in China during an attempt to save a crew member whose parachute had been destroyed. In 1984, Carswell was the largest base of its kind in the Strategic Air Command. Its industrial complex built the bulk of the Air Force Convair B-36 and B-58 and General Dynamics F-111 Aardvark, EF-111 Raven, and the F-16 Fighting Falcon fleets. Those were very fast planes. It became the Naval Air Station Fort Worth Joint Reserve Base in 1994. The major problem they had with the F-16 was electrical. It's like a technical problem. So they switched over to the F-15. Yeah, I was going to join the Air Force when I was younger too. And here's some right here. This is the B-24 Liberator, 1941. B-36 Peacemaker, 1945, is a 6-propeller strategic bomber. This was a B-58 Hustler, consolidated, introduced 1960, supersonic delta wing bomber. This was the F-111 Aardvark, General Dynamics introduced it in 1967. And then the F-16 Falcon, General Dynamics introduced it in 1975, which is out of service. They don't use it anymore. And this one right here is the McDonnell Douglas C9 jet display right here. Pretty cool. This is a Fort Worth Army Airfield. And Horace Seaver Carswell Jr. Looks like maybe photography going on over there.
4 or 5 pregnant people. So why'd they put it in this water?
Fertility water. Horace Seaver Carswell Jr. was born on July 18th, 1960 to Horace S. and Bertha Ray Carswell of Fort Worth. He attended Northside High School, where he excelled in athletics. Graduated in 1934, Carswell entered Texas A&M College and later transferred to Texas Christian University, where he lettered in football and baseball and graduated with a degree in physical education in 1939. In 1940, Carswell enlisted in the U.S. Army Air Corps as a flying cadet, and he undertook primary flight training in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And Randolph Field, San Antonio, he advanced flying training at Kelly Field, San Antonio. Upon receiving his wings in November 1940, he served at Randolph Field and Goodfellow Field, San Angelo, where he met and later married Virginia, looks like Ida, in October 1941. 2 months later, the U.S. entered into World War II. Carswell served in stateside assignments until April 1944, when he was transferred to the China-Burma-India Theater of Operations to the 374th Bomber Squadron, 308th Bomber Group. Major Carswell commanded a unit of radar-equipped B-24J bombers at Lukeville, China, on October 26, or however you pronounce this, Luochao, China, on October 26, 1944. He led a nighttime interdiction mission over the South China Sea while attacking an enemy convoy. His aircraft was severely damaged by Japanese anti-aircraft fire. Carswell nursed his aircraft to China coast, where he ordered his crew to parachute to safety when 2 of his crew could not bail out. He selflessly remained with his aircraft, searching for a spot to land until the damaged plane crashed to the mountainside. Carswell was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor, which was presented to his wife and young son in 1948. His remains were repatriated and buried in Fort Worth. I guess they were moved or something. I'll have to look up that word. Repatriated. The same year, Fort Worth Army Airfield was renamed Carswell Air Force Base in his honor. Its airstrip is still officially named Carswell Air Force Base. I'm going to look up that word. Okay, repatriated actually does mean they moved the bones back to his country. Repatriated. It's a cool word. So they moved the bones back to his country. Okay, we found something over here. Upper West Fork Trail. Oh, cool.
These are the mile markers.
Right.
But I can't figure out where the waterfall is. So we're here. Probably going to be about a mile, I'd say. They actually have like paddle routes. Or like you can like kayak and stuff. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it looks like maybe there's a river or something. They did have a West Fork Trinity River. Which runs through here.
So I wonder how far the waterfall is.
So here you have crushed limestone trails, paved trails, on-street segments, equestrian trails, paddle routes, low water crossing, pedestrian bridge, neighborhood access, trailhead, parking. There's some kind of entertainment venue here too. I think that may be it, the entertainment venue right there. And this is another detailed map. You got mile markers here. These different markers. So, water fountain, restroom, mountain biking, horse trailer, parking for if you bring your horse, non-motorized boat launch, wakeboard, and tubing. This is the mile marker. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 miles, 10 or 11 miles. Lake Como's down here, meandering road trailhead. Camp Carter is up this way, and Hogset Trailhead and Saunders Park. Jacksboro Highway goes right there to Henderson. Kings Branch, and there's Camp Bowie Boulevard right down this way. It's kind of in the center of all this. You ready? This is the first part of it, which is basically a bridge. The bridge to your future and your past and your present, I always call it, or the river. Hey, sweetie, welcome to your future, past, and present.
Okay.
You know, your future, your past, and your present. 'Cause you're gonna, you know,
crossing over the bridge.
right. Well, any bridge, it's always your future, past, and present. Your future is on the other side. Past is what you walk back.
Oh, okay.
You're right now in the present, which we'll be watching this in the future.
Sure.